Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Titus Andronicus and we get to hear from Aaron today in Act 5, Scene 1. Now Aaron, you'll remember, fathered a child with Tamara, the Empress, but this particular child looks way more like Aaron in terms of skin tone than it looks like Tamara. So she had asked Aaron to kill the child. Aaron has instead taken the child to visit the Goths to ask them to raise the child the way that he should be raised as a warrior and all of that sort of thing. But as he was going to the Goths, Lucius had gotten to the Goths first and was raising an army with the Goths to go and destroy Rome on behalf of Titus, because remember, Lucius was banished for standing up for his brothers Marcius and Quintus. So many names. But he made it to the Goths first, and the Goths are actually kind of annoyed with Tamara for having sort of deserted them and going and becoming the Empress of Rome, who is their sworn enemy. So they want to fight on the side of Lucius. But one of the Goth soldiers in yesterday's monologue told us how he found Aaron and this baby, and Aaron was, telling the baby to hush because they needed to go find some help, and decided to bring Aaron in front of Lucius, who decided that the baby and Aaron should both be hanged. And Aaron was like, please save my baby. And Lucius said, that means the baby's going to hang first so you can watch. And Aaron is like, no, I have secrets that I can tell you if you spare my child. And Lucius is like, well, if I like the secrets, then I'll spare the child. And he's like, if you like them, no, that's not good enough. You need to swear an oath that you will save the life of my child and raise him the way that he's supposed to be raised. And the thing about swearing and swearing an oath is that it has to do with like swearing to God. You can make a promise, which doesn't necessarily, or do an affirmation, which is basically the same thing but without the God element. But the fact that Aaron said you need to swear, Lucius is like, but you don't believe in a God. How am I supposed to swear before God that I won't hurt your child if you don't believe in God? And Aaron replies, what if I do not? As indeed I do not. Yet for I know thou art religious, and hast a thing within thee called conscience, with 20 popish tricks and ceremonies which I have seen thee careful to observe. Therefore I urge thy oath, for that I know an idiot holds his bauble for a god, and keeps the oath which by that god he swears. To that I'll urge him. Therefore thou shalt vow by that same god, what god soe'er it be, that thou adorest and hast in reverence, to save my boy, to nourish and bring him up, or else I will discover naught to thee. So what Aaron is saying here is, I may not believe in God, but you do. So if you take the oath to your God, your allegiance to your God will prevent you from breaking the oath, and that's what I trust. So Aaron doesn't necessarily believe in God, but he believes that Lucius believes in God and will not break a promise that he believes that Lucius will not break a promise that Lucius has made to his God. So he's like, if you swear in front of your God, whatever God that is, that you will raise and nourish my child, then I'll tell you things. And if you don't, then I won't tell you anything. And Lucius is like, okay, fine, I'll raise him up. And Aaron is like, well, first you should know that he's the son of the empress. I had this child with Tamara. And Lucius does a little bit of slut shaming here of Tamara, and Aaron's like, no, it was like a necessary thing that I had to do in order to have him. But the other things that I can tell you are that it was Tamara's sons, Chiron and Demetrius, who killed Basanius, the emperor's brother, and raped and trimmed Lavinia. And Lucius and the other people around him are just as disturbed by hearing Aaron say that Lavinia was trimmed as we are. And he's like, oh, you're disgusting. And they're disgusting just like you are. And Aaron's going to have some more to say. We get like a 2 or 3 part confession out of him in monologues over the next couple days. So come on back tomorrow when we hear more from Aaron on his perspective of the things that happened that hopefully, if shared with Lucius, will save his life. I'll see you tomorrow for that. Mwah.